Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss TRIRIGA slash MREF, Maximo Real Estate and Facilities application upgrade process. We will see what are the steps which we should take during this application upgrade process. TRIRIGA application upgrade and platform upgrade are two different process, entirely different process. Platform upgrade is mainly upgrading your Java stack. So TRIRIGA platform is based off of Java platform and having J2E architecture. And application, when it comes to application, we talk about business objects inside TRIRIGA, queries, portal section, workflows, forms, right? So these are the various types of objects which we normally configure during the course of our using the application. And we will be talking about how we would make sure that our application upgrade is seamless and how we can consider making changes to these objects. So let's get started. So the very first step is to prepare your environment. In this scenario, we will be at a very minimum, we should be having three environment. One is out-of-box source. Let's say if your TRIRIGA environment is at 10.8, 3.8 version of TRIRIGA, then you need to have a out-of-box source environment reflecting this specific version match. And if let's say if you are planning to go to 5.0, 10.6 version, then you need to have another environment which is same as the 10.6 and 5.0. So we call it out of box target environment. So two environments you should have, and that environment can be like very lightweight because we just need to understand your objects of the various components, various types of various types of objects we need to understand. So it can be very lightweight application running on your VMs should be fine. So one is your out-of-box source, out-of-box target, and then another environment, third environment would be your copy of production, which can be dev environment or which can be separate environment reflecting same application version and platform version and same code source like production environment. So you just need to take a copy of your database and run TRIRIGA installer of that specific version to match your copy of production and the production environment version. So there are three environments which we need: out-of-box source, out-of-box target, and COP, which is copy of production environment. So once you have this environment, then we start creating package. Second step is to create various packages, object migration packages from your copy of production environment, which is same like your production environment. And this package creation can be based off of your object type. So it can be one package can be your business object related package, another can be your forms related package, and so on and so forth. The third step is once you have your package, you compare these object migration packages against your out-of-box source environment. In this scenario, 10.8, 3.8 environment. And you run the comparison report, you You understand, you download the comparison report, and then you finally compare that against your various out-of-box versions which might have been released since then, since 10.8, 3.8 were released, right? So after that, there were many versions got published by IBM, and we need to also consider those packages and those configuration done by IBM to make sure that is there any object in that higher versions which have been touched. So you need to figure that one out, and that would be your overlap objects, which which says that IBM also has touched that object in the higher versions, and this once you migrate that, probably you need to make manual changes. Let's say if you have modified that object in your environment and you want to keep that functionality same as of today, then probably you need to make changes manually to to be compliant with your current functionality. So you compare that with higher versions, you come up with the overlap objects, and then you compare these overlap objects again with out-of-box target. In this scenario, 10.5, 10.6, and 5.0 versions of TRIRIGA, MREF, and then you compare these overlap objects to see what are the changes which have been done. And then slowly you increment, you do object migration import, incremental import of these various types of objects into COP, copy of production environment. And finally, once you import these out of box packages provided by IBM, so from 10.5, 10.8 to 10.6, 11.6, you might have got many versions like 11.1, 11.2. So those all incremental packages you need to import into your COP environment, and then finally you start doing merge activities based on the comparison which you have done against out of box target. Sometime if you have done the comparison and you see the changes are less in when you go through the out of box source, then you prefer might be doing that as well. So you do all the merge activity. Merge activity is nothing but making sure that your functionality is your current TRIRIGA application functionality is not changed. And then once you start merging, once you start changing those common objects which have been touched by your environment and the IBM, you make sure that your functionality, your TRIRIGA functionality is intact. And then we do some kind of a smoke checking, rough testing, and then finally import the packages to the higher version, same the way we have imported into the COP environment. And and and, and then we start testing in those higher environments like test environment or training environment. And once everything is all functionalities are working as expected, then we promote the package, final package, golden package into the production environment. So that's kind of a summary of application upgrade. And this application upgrade also gives you chance to also understand where you can, you know, remove some of the functionality which are not being used by your system, and how you can be as close as possible near to your out of box version of the application, final version of application, because this will give you also ability that in future, let's say if any further application upgrade happens, there will be very less tasks for your developer, for your implementer, and service providers to do further upgrades. So certainly think of that how you can trim some of the functionality which you are not using, and how your system can be as close as near to TRIRIGA MREF out of box functionality. So thank you so much for joining me, and I really appreciate your time. Thank you.